Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Extracting Wisdom. This is going to be a great episode. I'm so excited to get this thing started. In this episode, I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why you should be listening to this podcast and how it will help you further your career in dentistry. You're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. My name is Brandon Evert. I am currently in my last semester of undergrad here at Indiana University. And after I graduate in May, I will be starting dental school at the University of Illinois at Chicago's College of Dentistry. I'm super excited to be moving on to this next chapter in my life as I make the transition from an undergrad pre-dental student to a dental student at UIC's College of Dentistry. And so I've been thinking there's no better time to start a podcast than right now, because I'm in this in-between transition state between undergrad and dental school. So not only can I reflect on my pre-dental career and share my knowledge and tips and tricks for getting into dental school, I'll be able to talk about my experiences and what life is like as a dental student. So I'm very excited to start this podcast. I've been thinking about starting this thing since my last appearance on the Dentists, Implants, and Worms podcast with Dr. Justin Moody, Gabe Olson, and Jeff Smith. And if you guys haven't listened to them, you gotta go check them out. They're not only do they provide excellent content and insight into the world of dentistry, these guys are hilarious too. So very entertaining, very informational. And Dr. Justin Moody is the first podcaster I ever listened to. So not only has he had a huge influence on my life in the world of dentistry, but also in the world of podcasting too. So hats off to Dr. Justin Moody. And so let's get this thing started. This episode today, I want to give you the 3 reasons why you should be listening to Extracting Wisdom and what it can do for you. All right, and reason number 1 why you should be listening to this podcast, and this goes out to the pre-dental students out there. In future episodes, I'm going to be sharing my personal, proven strategies, tips, and tricks for absolutely crushing your pre-dental career. And these tips and tricks that I'm going to be sharing with you, it's going to reduce a lot of stress for you. By listening to somebody who's gone through the process and can share very relevant information, this is a goldmine for you. So please stay tuned and subscribe to this podcast for these future episodes that are going to help you get one step closer to your dream career in dentistry. I know applying to dental school may seem like a daunting task with all of the requirements that you have to meet, but do not worry. I'm here to break down the whole process and be with you every step of the way. Moving right along to reason number 2 why you should be listening to this podcast. And this is geared toward dental students more specifically, but pre-dental students as well. I want this podcast to be a platform for us future dentists to share our experiences and share our lives as dental students and pre-dental students on our way to become dentists. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, I assume that you've listened to other dental podcasts out there. And although they provide great content on being a dentist, in order to get to that point, you have to have a successful pre-dental career and dental school career. And that's what I want to set out to do in this podcast, is to bridge that gap between pre-dental student and dentist. So that's really what this podcast is going to be dedicated to for these next 4 years, is this process of pre-dentistry, either that's a pre-dental student in undergrad or students going through dental school to become dentists. And finally, reason number 3 why you should be listening to this podcast is that these episodes are going to provide you short bursts of valuable information. Let's face it, as pre-dental students and dental students, we don't have that much time to be devoting to other material that's outside of our academic studies. And although some might be able to make that work, it's definitely a challenge. So what I'm going to set out to do is keep these episodes relatively short, usually between 5 to 10 minutes, So you can easily find time to listen to these short episodes and learn something or take something away or be able to make connections to either myself or future guest hosts of this podcast. So those are the three main reasons why you're going to want to keep your eye on this podcast and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a crucial episode that will help you get one step closer to your dream career in dentistry. Again, I want this podcast to be a collaboration between pre-dental students and dental students so we can come together as a enthusiastic community of future dentists. So when we get to that point, we're gonna rock the world of dentistry. I want to thank you guys very much for listening to this episode. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, I will leave my contact information in the show notes. And if you just can't wait for these episodes to be rolling out to help you further your career in dentistry, head on over to Amazon and check out the book I just published called The Ultimate Pre-Dental Guide. This guide is going to help jumpstart your career in dentistry and stay ahead of the curve as you get one step closer to achieving successful dental school admission. What are you waiting for? Order your copy today. That's going to be it for me. Once again, my name is Brandon Evert, signing out.